Ladies and gentlemen, let's shift our focus to another set of earnings that's just coming in. Well, that's for Kotak Mahindra Bank, which was a rather muted set of numbers for the bank in the quarter gone by. The net interest income and PPOP are both in line with streets estimates, while profit and net interest margins are a miss. Asset quality has deteriorated on a sequential basis. But what else has ailed the quarter for the bank? Well, Gaurav Javalkar is here with all the number crunching. Gaurav, do tell us all of those details. A muted set really coming in for the bank.
Well, yes, when we talk about Kotak Mahindra Bank, we are setting a muted set of numbers from the bank. So when we talk about net interest income, there we saw an uptick of around 2% on a sequential basis, which was in line with the street's expectation. When it comes to PPOP, which is pre-provisional operating profit, that declined almost by 2%. Again, it was in line with what the street was expecting. But when it comes to profitability, there we saw a little bit of miss. Now profitability has gone down almost by 5% on a sequential basis, although it is up almost by 5% on a YoY basis. Other than that, when we talk about some of the other metrics like GNPA and NNPA, there also we saw some kind of pressure increasing. GNPA increased almost by 10 basis points on a sequential basis, while NNPA also increased almost by 8 basis points. And as a result, when we talk about the provisions, there also we saw some kind of uptick, and that is why we saw some uptick in credit cost as well. We are seeing some normalization of the credit cost that has gone up to 0.65%. Other than that, when we talk about advances and deposits, there we saw a decent set of numbers. So advances increased almost by 2% on a sequential basis, while deposits increased almost by 3%. Again, it was at a lower end of what the street is expecting, but all in all in line with what their expectation was. When we talk about some of the other aspects, CD ratio has now come to 86.6%, which was at 87.2%. It is a little bit of good thing for Kotak Mahindra Bank. But lastly, when we talk about the management commentary, that will be very crucial for net interest margins, because that has gone down to 4.91%. Now that is around a fall of around 10 basis points on a sequential basis, and again lower than what the street was expecting. So any kind of commentary from net interest margin perspective is going to be very crucial for Kotak Mahindra Bank. Any update on the RBI regulatory actions that have taken on the Kotak Mahindra Bank is also going to be watched out for. And lastly, let's not forget that yesterday only the bank said that they will be acquiring around personal loan book of around 4,100 crore rupees from Standard Chartered Bank, and it will add around 1% of the total loan book. So any commentary on that front, how it is going to aid the growth and profitability, is also going to be for commentary from Kotak Mahindra Banks. But overall, when we look at the numbers, a muted set of numbers is what we are seeing in Q2 FY25.
Yes, Gaurav, thank you very much for all of those details. Muted Q2 coming in for Kotak Mahindra Bank. Asset quality of the bank has deteriorated. In fact, PAT has risen, NII has risen, but net interest margins are down 10 basis points quarter on quarter.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits, and then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.